video is sponsored by Bird Collective. Some birds create their nests in the ground. Other birds create homes inside of cactus plants. And others have nests that are so unique I don't really even know how to describe them. A lot of birds are really skilled at nest building. They're literally experts in their craft. For most birds, creating really elaborate, impressive nests has become a part of their identity. The key word here is most birds. Compared to the elaborate, cozy nests of other avians, pigeon nests seem crude, to say the least. But what if I told you that there's actually a really good reason that pigeon nests look like that? Today I'm going to be telling you the truth about pigeon nests, debunking some myths, and also explaining why they look the way that they do. To understand what makes a pigeon's nest so odd, we first have to understand what a normal nest is like. Normal. When a bird's nest is performing as intended, it'll hold the weight of the bird, the weight of the eggs, and keep those eggs more or less safe. Thank you, Kettle. To meet all of these needs, a nest needs to be somewhat structurally sound. Most nests are the amalgamation of twigs, grasses, leaves, bark, and basically whatever else is available. Some birds even go the extra mile to reinforce their nest. For example, the red ovenbird uses clay to create a hardened structure to keep their eggs safe. And if that wasn't cool enough, woodpeckers don't really make nests at all. They carve a hole into the side of trees and then live inside the cavity that they create. There's a lot of really interesting nests out there, so if you'd like a video all about different kinds of bird nests, let me know in the comments. And if you haven't already, you might want to subscribe so you know when that video is uploaded. In the context of a classic bowl-shaped nest, the way it's constructed varies greatly on what kind of bird it is. But the general way it's created is by first gathering hard materials like twigs and intertwining them with one another. Then softer materials are introduced to hold those pieces in place. An easy way to visualize how a nest works is with a ball of yarn and knitting needles. Now we know what a typical bird's nest looks like, how it kind of performs, and then of course how it's made. Pigeons clearly don't create nests like most birds. There's no aspect of weaving, and especially no aspect of reinforcing. Pigeon nests are more or less a pile of materials. Unfortunately, there's a lot of misleading myths that attempt to explain why pigeon nests are the way that they are. So really quickly, we're going to be debunking some of those myths. It's pretty common that pigeons are considered stupid because their nests are so horrible. There are countless memes out there circulating that mock pigeons for how their nests are built. But pigeons are actually a lot more intelligent than people give them credit for, even if they're kind of ditzy in their day-to-day life. Ironically enough, though, there's also the myth that pigeons are too intelligent to build nests. The idea is that they're so smart that they realize nests are unnecessary and it's a waste of resources and their time. So they just don't make them. This is also a myth. A pigeon's nest building has a lot less to do with their intellect and a lot more to do with their instinct. Speaking of instinct, there's a common misconception that a pigeon's incompetence is because of human intervention. Pigeons are a domesticated species, similar to how a dog or a cat is a domesticated animal. Pigeons have been bred to have different jobs, different demeanors, and different appearances, which sometimes are unhealthy, but that's for another video. A lot of people believe that this breeding and domestication has robbed pigeons of their natural instincts. The idea that pigeons were bred into incompetence is definitely a grabbing and emotional story that will get you clicks on the internet, but it is also just a myth. In case it isn't obvious, I really like birds. And I'm the kind of person that wants to make that obvious to everybody. So naturally, I'm a huge fan of clothing with birds on it. I have a whole collection of shirts from Bird Collective, a brand that I've been working with and a fan of for over a year now. Bird Collective makes clothing, accessories, and other merchandise for people who really like birds. They have a lot of really cool designs and a lot of variety when it comes to the birds that they represent. Bird Collective isn't just a brand that's for people who like birds, it's literally run by people who like birds. A portion of Bird Collective's profits goes towards donating funds to bird aid organizations, meaning that your purchase both benefits you with your new purchase, me with your commission, and then also birds because of the donation. The link to their website is in the sponsored section of my Linktree, and that's also where you can find my coupon code. And that coupon code will get you a discount on anything from their store. Thank you again to Bird Collective for sponsoring today's video, and if you're watching, hi! Pigeons are a domesticated rock dove, which get their name from where they live, on the sides of rocky cliffs. The side of a cliff has a lot of what I'm going to refer to as divots and nooks. The structure of a rock dove's nest relies on these little divots and nooks, and they use it as a foundation to create their nest. In order to make the rocky divot more livable, a rock dove will add sticks and sometimes even their own feathers to pad it and make it more comfortable. And this is where the strategy with the stick placement and the nest building really varies when it comes to pigeons and most other birds. If you've ever seen a video of mine where Kettle is nesting, you might notice that she just kind of shoves the materials underneath her. In the context of a cliffside, piling materials into a little crevice is a perfectly adequate way to make a nest. Domesticated pigeons that live in cities don't have cliff sides to make their nests. Instead, pigeons use man-made structures like skyscrapers to make their homes. Skyscrapers might be able to imitate a cliff in some regard. Both are very steep and of course they have a lot of height to them, but glass buildings don't offer the same nooks that a rocky cliffside does. They especially don't provide a lot of the environmental protection that a cliffside might, nor much defense against predators. You'll often see pigeons with nests on windowsills, but windowsills don't provide the necessary structure for a nest. So a pigeon's natural nest building instinct isn't very effective. It's not at all uncommon for a pigeon's nest to be lost to the elements in a city. And to make matters even worse for pigeons, most humans in the city aren't very understanding of their struggle for survival. It's not uncommon to see pigeon spikes on the sides of buildings in cities. The spikes are designed to keep pigeons away, to prevent them from resting and to prevent them from nesting. Ironically though, these spikes are sometimes useful for the pigeons, providing the structural foundation that they need to create their nest. And that's just another way that pigeons display their amazing ability to adapt and overcome. And it's no wonder that they're one of the only animals to be able to survive in a really intense urban environment. Now you know why pigeon nests are so ugly. It's not their intellect, it's not human intervention, it's just their instincts being used outside of their intended context. Do you have any other questions about pigeons that you're curious about? Leave them in the comments and you just might inspire my next video. If you'd like to see more of me and Kettle, I post short form content on all of my social media, so you can watch me and Kettle in between longer uploads like these. I also have a Patreon where I post behind the scenes content and videos and other stuff that I don't post here. It's also a really nice way to support me and my channel if that's something that you feel called to do. Thank you so much to Mbrr Collective for sponsoring this video, and thank you for watching. And if you're subscribed, I hope I see you in the next one. Bye!